Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'll now declare the meeting open at 6:03 and like to open the meeting with acknowledgement to country. We wish to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land we are meeting on, the Wadandi people. We wish to acknowledge and respect their continuing connection to the land, waters and community. We pay our respects to all members of the Aboriginal community and their culture, to elders past and present, their descendants who are with us today and those who will follow in their footsteps. Thank you. Record of attendance. I think we have a full panel of councillors in attendance. Members of the public gallery, we have several members in the public gallery, and I believe we've got a couple of presentations, or one presentation later this evening. Response to previous public questions taken on notice, there was none tonight. Public commissions submitted for this meeting from Dr. Don Finlay, Bronwyn Mutton and Jennifer Gibbons, and I think we will invite Dr. Finlay to present his questions.
Good evening, Council. It's caught me short a wee bit because the questions are actually in an email that was sent back to me. I don't have the exact wording of either question. Maybe you could give me a recess and do the others.
Dr. Finlay, would you like me to read your question that you submitted earlier?
Yes.
Would that be of assistance?
That's a great assistance, thank you.
The question from Dr. Finlay is, would Capel Council provide more transparency in regard to its negotiation with Walser regarding the juggernaut of sales yards improvements not being done and the future of a 10-year negotiated lease that the Shire signed on conditions of specific improvements to flooring and roof cover at those yards located in the boundaries of Boyanup? Okay, the response to that, Dr. Finlay, is, I'm now reading the response from the Shire. The Shire is currently in confidential negotiations with Australian Livestock Salesmen's Association, also known as WALSA, regarding the Boyanup sales yard lease. As these discussions involve contractual and commercial matters, the Shire is not in a position to disclose specific details at this stage. Council can, however, assure the community that the Shire continues to work closely with Walser to progress discussions in good faith and in accordance with the lease terms and Council's obligations. Any outcomes or decisions that are able to be made public will be reported to Council and shared through the appropriate channels. Shall I now read your second question?
Yes, please.
Okay, Dr. Finlay's second question is, does the Shire believe the flooring meets, in brackets, fitness of purpose to prevent slippage, that is, causing falls and bruising and fractures to sale animals in comparison to other sales yards in the state which have rubber matting covering slippery hard surfaces? Yes or no answer, please. The Shire's response is, the Shire is not the regulatory authority responsible for animal welfare or the condition of sales yard flooring as it relates to livestock safety. Matters concerning the welfare of animals, including flooring surfaces, injury prevention standards at sales yard, fall under the jurisdiction of the state government through the Department of Primary Industry and Regional Development in accordance with the Animal Welfare Act of 2002. The Shire's role is limited to administration of the lease agreement for the Boyanup sales yard site. The lessee, the Walser, is responsible for the operation and maintenance of the facility in compliance with all relevant legislation and standards. Accordingly, the Shire is not in a position to provide a yes or no response to whether the current flooring meets animal welfare fitness for purpose requirements, as this determination sits within the state regulatory authority. Thank you, Dr. Finlay. Jennifer Gibbons, she's not present. I guess I'll read her question as well. Jennifer Gibbons from Elgin Elgin, I'm sorry, apologies to locals. The Shire of Capel Customer Service Charter, which email correspondence are referred to, states we will respond to messages within 3 business days for phone communications, and for written communications, if your inquiries of a technical nature, we will respond within 10 business days or within an agreed time frame. Unfortunately, this is not the general experience for the customer, with a consequence of frustration, inefficiencies, ineffectiveness, time sensitivities and other impacts. That's a statement. The question is, does the Shire collect data of its response times and such for communication from ratepayers and customers? The response. The Shire currently collects limited data relating to response times for communications received from ratepayers and customers. While the existing system, Synergy Soft, allows for the recording of when a customer request is received and subsequently completed, it does not have the capability to track the entire life cycle of a customer request management task or workflow, particularly when the tasks are closed in the system but continued manually or via alternative channels. As a result, the Shire is unable to accurately capture and report on each stage of the process, such as task allocation, action and follow-up. These issues will be addressed in part by the implementation of the new Enterprise Resource Planning System, commonly known as an Enterprise Computer and a Big Bertha. An ERP is an integrated software platform that combines multiple business processes such as finance, customer service, human resources, records management and asset management into a single centralised system. The new ERP will provide greater flexibility and traceability across all customer interactions, enabling the Shire to more effectively track, manage and report on response times and overall service performance. Question 2. Are these response times meeting the Shire of Capel's KPIs expectations? If not, what action will be taken by the Shire to improve this process? The Shire acknowledges that due to limitations of the current system, it is not presently possible to accurately assess overall performance against response time, key performance indicators or service expectations. While individual service areas strive to respond to customer inquiries in a timely and professional manner, the absence of a comprehensive tracking mechanism means consistent measurement and reporting across the organisation is limited. The implementation of the new Enterprise Resource Planning System will provide enhanced functionality for tracking the full life cycle of customer interactions from initial contact through to resolution. This will enable more accurate recording, monitoring and reporting of the response times and service outcomes. The Shire is strongly committed to delivering a customer-focused service that prioritises accessibility, responsiveness and transparency. As part of the ERP implementation, significant emphasis is being placed on ensuring the system is designed and configured with customer experience at its core. The customer-centric approach will support more efficient handling of inquiries, improved communication with ratepayers and better visibility of progress and outcomes across all service areas. I might just add, ad hoc, that the ERP implementation process is underway, but it's very comprehensive and it takes a while. In fact, you don't do it in 3 months. It might take anything like 2 years. But it's underway and we would like to move towards this particular capability of satisfying our clients' expectations. The next questions come from Bronwyn Mutton, and I understand Bronwyn is not well, but anyway, she's asked that they be read out if she's unable to attend. Former Shire President, Councillor Doug Kitchen said, no large trees will be cleared to build a 3 metre wide bike trail past Minimup Forest along gazetted roadway. Question 1. Councillor Kitchen has resigned. Well, technically he hasn't resigned, he didn't stand for office again, but we'll pass on that. Do present councillors and staff agree to adhere to this statement? The response. As has been reiterated through the design phase, every effort has been made to preserve existing trees and natural environment. Question 2. Will there be both a fauna survey and habitat tree survey conducted before any further decisions are made about the bike path? Comprehensive flora and fauna surveys will be undertaken as part of the project, with a request for quotation already issued to the market to engage suitably qualified consultants. This commitment to environmental assessment has been discussed and reinforced across multiple forums throughout the planning process. Question 3. Is there a fully costed estimate of the bike path past Minimut Forest? If so, how much is it? Response. The project is currently in the design phase and as such, detailed costings have not yet been developed. Funding of the project will be delivered through a joint partnership between the Shire and the Department of Transport. Question 4. How will money be raised for the bike path? Will ratepayers be paying for it? Response. As above. In other words, it's being funded by the state government and already through council's budget allocations. Question 5. Will a budget development application be completed? If so, when? The proposed cycle path forms an integral part of the Bundry-Wellington 2050 Strategic Cycle Link and Development Plan. Its alignment and design have been carefully considered to ensure consistency with broader regional planning objectives. Thank you. Okay, we move on to, that's the end of the questions, we move on to the next topic, which is applications for leave of absence. Is there any applications for leave of absence? There being no application for leave of absence, we move on. Declarations of interest. I have one here, which I'm not sure if I've handed over yet, from Councillor Hastie. In respect to item 15.3, and he's declaring an impartiality pursuant to Regulation 11 of the Local Government Act, Rules of Conduct Regulation 2007. Thank you. Is there any others? There's no further declarations of interest. We'll then move on to the next item. Notice of items to be discussed between closed doors. Well, at this point, I'm not aware that any item will necessarily need to be moved behind closed doors. If so, no doubt there'll be a procedure motion to deal with that. Can I now move on to item 8, confirmation of minutes? Can I have a mover for the minutes, please? Councillor Mogg and Councillor Cleary seconded. Those in favour? Councillor Boers?
Oh, sorry. Well, I wasn't at the meeting, so...
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter?
You still read them?
Okay.
Okay. Oh, that's passed unanimously. Thank you. Announcement of the other persons presiding without discussion. I have no announcements to make particularly, so we'll leave that for the moment. Petitions, deputation, presentations, we have none this evening. Motions of which previous notice has been given, there's been none. Questions of which previous notice has been given, well, we've dealt with those in the previous items. We now move on to item 13.1, appointment of members of Committee of Council, and I'll now be, and you may note that the officer responsible for governance and process is sitting alongside me to aid me in this particular procedure so that we can keep it moving and not make mistakes along the way. So the recommendation is, as we discussed earlier, that each motion is moved and seconded, and then if we wish to go into discussion, standing orders are suspended. Okay, now the first item...
It's for the appointment to the Audit and Risk. It's for the appointment to the Audit and Risk Committee.
Yes, the first one is the appointment of 5 councillors to the Audit, Risk and Improvement Committee for a period ending the audit election day of October 2007. Now we move.
Call for a mover.
Do we have a mover? Move Councillor Mogg. Seconded Councillor Hastie. We then move into. Can we move that motion? Those in favour?
Oh, no, not yet.
Oh no, sorry.
Now, before discussion, do you want to just move? You can move to suspend standing orders.
Okay. Then I'll move. Taking advice from here is that I'll move in accordance with the Capel Standing Orders, Local Law 15.2, Part 1, Part 10. Debation of motions be suspended to allow discussion. So can I move that procedure motion? Can I have a seconder? Second that procedure motion. Councillor Noonan. I put that to the vote. Those in favour? That's carried unanimously. We are now out of formal council discussion, and these conversations not necessarily minuted, but you have the opportunity to deal with them as we go along. Okay.
So we've received the following nominations. So for chair, Councillor McCleary, Councillor Mogg.
Yep.
Councillor Mogg has also nominated for deputy, and these are the three councillors that have nominated member. So we will need to conduct a ballot.
Okay. For the this particular committee, the council, the Audit, Risk and Improvement Committee, we have nominations for chair, Councillor McCleary and Councillor Mogg, and for deputy, I assume failing the appointment as chair, Councillor Mogg, and members, Councillor Ferguson, Sharp and Montgomery. That is one more than we require. No, that's not really, that's not true. It's actually...
we're just doing a ballot for the chair
Okay.
position.
All right, we'll now do a ballot for the chair position.
There'll just be one moment.
Now, the advice is that we do these as a effectively secret ballot, and in this case, you would just mark one or tick.
You just want to write one on there, so write McCleary and then Rosina Mogg, and then I'll run them around Beck's doing the others. Yep. Thank you. No, it's not John again, so it's for this one. No, we're just looking at position of chair. So it's just
So those ones are incorrect, we've gone around that one. Right, we have those backlists.
No, we're dealing with this. Yeah, audit risk management. Yeah, that's actually, oh, yeah.
That's right, we'll redo this.
Look, actually, is there, in your running notes,
You know, we're looking at, what is this?
okay.
Oh, sorry.
Well, there's actually three candidates. Look,
We'll just redo it.
no, but there was actually three candidates.
Yeah, but that one just had, those ones had two. So we're just redoing these ballots. Received the following three nominations.
Look, just to be clear, in the running sheet, what we're dealing with is the Audit, Risk and Improvement Committee, and the candidates for that are in the supplementary sheet that's been provided, but it's out of order. So just be careful, and the officer is actually redoing the ballot forms to make sure we get it correct. And so we are actually now determining the chair position for the audit and risk position. Thank you.
I'll just finish the podcast. Councillor Schiano got the majority seats. The chair.
Thank you for your patience. Councillor Ciano has been voted in as Chair of the Audit and Risk Committee. Congratulations, Councillor Ciano.
Thank you, Mr. President. I will say it's short-lived because I think we're moving to independent chairs for the Audit Committee.
Oh,
so
but nonetheless, enjoy your moment of glory.
I'll take it as a win.
Now, would you just like to confirm that yourself and Councillor Blanc will both be going for the position of deputy, and we
Yep.
can do another ballot?
Now, do you still want to run for deputy? Okay. I will gratefully withdraw from the position of deputy, candidate for deputy, and that leaves the remaining candidate, Councillor Mogg, for that position. If Councillor Mogg is willing to accept that nomination, I think we can support that. So Councillor Mogg has actually been effectively elected as deputy of that committee.
Once voted.
Yep, so what we'll do, so now if everybody's comfortable with the positions, we haven't received any further nominations, we can now move the procedural motion to return to standing orders.
Okay.
So if you'd like to move that, you
I'm
can.
now following advice again, and we now need a movement of a procedural motion to move back into, to leave this particular part of the meeting and move into a formal meeting process so we can endorse this recommendation. Can I have a mover, please? Moved Councillor Sharp, seconded Councillor Noonan. Those in favour? Carried unanimously. We're now back in formal session of council, and now I need the support of the mover and seconder, who were
Myself and
Counts-
Councillor Noonan.
Councillor Noonan and Councillor.
You.
Oh, was it right?
Yep.
Okay. We now.
Morgan Hastings.
No, it's Morgan Hasty.
Morgan Hasty.
Yep. Councillor Mogg and Councillor Hasty, are you willing to maintain your position to move the motion to endorse these candidates?
So we do that.
Yes,
Councillor Noonan?
yes.
And a
Yes.
yes from me, thank you.
Okay, then I put the motion. And those in favour? That's carried unanimously. We now move on to the Climate Change and Adaptation Sustainability Committee, which I think we already distributed ballot papers for, did we?
No.
No, no,
It's audit and
okay.
risk. So we've received nominations for chair.
We've received
Councillor
two-
Cleary and Councillor
oh.
Mogg. Do
We
to
need
do a
someone,
ballot?
but they need to move it, don't they? We need a mover and a seconder.
Oh, yeah, so
Can I have a mover and seconder for that particular item, moved Councillor Mogg, seconded Councillor Ayres. Can we now have a motion to move it, a procedure motion to move it into the standing or local law 15.2. Can I have a motion for that, please?
To suspend standing orders.
Councillor Montgomery, Councillor Mogg. Can I put that motion? Those in favour? Carried unanimously. Okay, we have candidates for that position. We have for chair, Councillor McCleary and Councillor Mogg.
So we'll conduct a ballot.
So we will need a ballot.
Ceases. Oh, I do.
Councillor McCleary has been successful in being voted in as the presiding member of that particular committee, the Climate Change Adaptation and Sustainability Committee. The only candidate for deputy was Councillor Mogg, so she's automatically elected, and the candidates for the other three positions fulfil it up, and they are Councillors Sharp, Ferguson and Montgomery. So that particular committee has been satisfied. So I need a motion to move out of procedural, that standing orders part 10 debate of the motion be resumed. So I have a motion for that, please. Councillor Noonan. Councillor Montgomery. I'll put the motion. Those in favour? That's carried unanimously.
Now just
Now, can the mover of that motion was Councillor Mogg, seconded Councillor Boyers. Are you both satisfied to support the motion? Thank you. We now put that motion to the vote. Those in favour? That's carried unanimously. Thank you. Now, the next item is the Bushfire Advisory Committee. As we have two vacancies of two nominations. If I have a mover for it, the nominees are Councillor McCleary and Councillor Hasty. Can I have a mover for the adoption of those particular candidates, please? Move Councillor Shiano, seconded Councillor Boyers. Those in favour? Carried unanimously. We don't need, as a consequence, to move into any procedural change motions for that particular item. The Economic Development and Advisory Committee, we have
so we'll need to move the item.
Can I have a mover for the item? I'm sorry, Councillor Montgomery, Councillor Noonan. Move Councillor Montgomery, seconded Councillor Noonan. Okay.
A motion to suspend standing orders.
Now I need a motion to suspend standing orders. Councillor Noonan, Councillor Mogg. Can I put that motion? Those in favour? All in favour? Thank you, unanimously. Okay.
We've received the following nominations. So for chair, we've had two for Councillor McCleary and Councillor Noonan, so we'll do a ballot for that.
But I'm also going to put my name forward.
Oh, you put forward.
Councillor Noonan, did you indicate some that you want to withdraw from that?
Yes, I think given the importance of that committee, I think that it makes sense to have a member of the executive chairing. So I would withdraw from that nomination for chair.
Well, the effect of that is, sorry, I thank you, councillors, for your indulgence. The effect of that is that there remains one nomination for chair, and that's Councillor Ferguson. There remains one nomination for deputy, and that's Councillor McCleary. And there remains one nomination as a member, and that's Councillor Sharp. Did you wish to nominate as a general member, Councillor Noonan? So, Councillor Noonan, is that the right number?
Yeah, so what we'll do.
I'm happy to do the proxy.
Councillor Noonan has graciously acceded to be the proxy. So that being the case, all the nominations are filled. We don't need to go into procedural motion.
Don't need to, or we don't need to do a ballot, but now
We don't need to do about it. We do need to move out of the standing orders, and we moved into regular meeting. Can I have a motion for that, please? I'm sorry, Councillor Sharp, Councillor Noonan. Then we move into standing orders. Can I have the support of the movers?
We just need to vote.
Oh, yes, the vote, unanimous, sorry. We're getting there.
Cool.
Who were the movers and seconds?
So the mover and
Sean Boyer.
yeah,
Councillor Shiano and was it?
Sorry, no, it's Montgomery and Noonan. I have the wrong
Montgomery.
page.
Montgomery and Noonan. Councillor Montgomery and Noonan, are you willing to support that motion? Then that put the motion. Those in favour? Carried unanimously. We now move on to the Chief Executive's Office selection panel, and we have a number of applicants,
So we need to call for a mover in a second.
and I need a mover and a seconder to move a procedure motion, please.
Oh, to move the motion. Yeah.
To move the motion, I'm sorry, to move the motion of itself, the body of the motion, Councillor Montgomery. Councillor Voyers, was that your hand in the air, Councillor Voyers? We now move into the procedural motion, standing orders 15.2, and can I have a mover for move that procedural motion, Councillor McCleary, Councillor Noonan? I'll put that motion, all in favour, declare that carried.
Okay.
Now, we now have the,
So we have the following 4 nominations for 3 positions.
Okay.
So we'll conduct a ballot for the 3 positions.
okay. We have, we have,
Okay. So right.
4 nominations for the 3 positions. They are Councillor McCleary, Councillor Shiano, Councillor Ferguson and Councillor Mogg. So we're just marking,
Yep, so what we'll be doing is councillors will be ticking the 3 that they
yeah,
would like.
so you tick the 3 you prefer and leave it at that. You don't number them, or you can if you wish, but it doesn't matter. But it's not a preferential vote.
Mr. President. Sorry.
Yes,
So, Mr. President, given that we're outside of standing orders, and this is actually something that I'd wish to make a short contribution to, Mr. President and councillors, the CEO selection panel is quite a unique committee or panel in that sense, and it's formed differently within local government regulations to others. And that it was actually, I think, 2021 when this panel system was last reformed. And so the Shire of Capel was actually one of the very first local governments to ever select a CEO through this new CEO selection panel as it is now. And I think, if my memory is correct, I think the only current sitting councillor who was there on that panel in 2021 when we last did this was myself. Councillor Kitchen and Councillor Andrew were also there. And I'd just like council to consider all 4 candidates, obviously, very well worthy of sitting on that panel and making this decision with us. But just from my perspective, I've had a significant amount of experience with CEO recruitment. Not just at council, but also in the private sector as well. I'm currently part of a process with an incorporated body going through a similar process at the moment. And I will say the local government system, I reckon, is probably one of the model standards or systems that exists for director or CEO recruitment. So with that experience, and I've also, I have done the training as well. I think Councillor McCleary has also done that training, that WOLGA CEO recruitment and review training, remuneration review training, which is a requirement for the other panel. So look, I guess I say to council, in consideration of this particular committee or panel, obviously I think that with my experience, it would be I'd bring a lot to this panel again, having been through that process, and I think have made a very good decision back in 2021. So I will leave it there, and I don't mean to start a discussion of such or canvass of such in this manner, but this is probably one of the few that I just wish to add comment to.
Is there any other councillors who are nominees who wish to speak to support their candidature? Councillor Mogg?
Thank you, Chair. I'd just like to say I was also on that recruitment panel and learnt a lot from that process. And given my current position, I think it's advisable that I have this opportunity to do it again moving forward with our council and Shire. Thank you.
Councillor Cleary?
Probably a very simple thing. I am the longest serving councillor in this council as it stands. I've seen how different CEOs operate. I've got a good idea on that. In my years with Water Corporation, I have interviewed and employed numerous professionals through a selection process. So I'm very familiar with that situation, and I've been on the CEO performance panel for the last 2 years.
Thank you. That, I suppose, invites me to make a brief submission, and I will keep it brief. I think it would be entirely appropriate for the president, the Shire President, to be on that panel, and I think that would be an entirely reasonable thing to have an expectation. But besides that, I believe my experience in life's journey equips me quite adequately to be a good member of that panel and able to discern the quality of the candidate that we need. This is clearly an extremely important process, one of the most important we'll do over the next 12 months, I suspect, and so I will leave it at that. Thank you, and I now invite Talia to distribute the ballot papers.
Mr. President, can we clarify, typically if the President wishes to be on a panel or a committee, they're automatically added to that committee. So is it necessary for us, with advice from governance, is it actually necessary for us to consider the need to vote on your candidacy, or are you not automatically a member of that committee if you wish?
Councillor Shiano, I would prefer it as you describe, but I have received advice and I'll invite the CEO to comment on that. Or,
Yeah. That section of the Act, through the Chair, that section of the Act refers to a Committee of Council. This is established under a different section, so it's treated a little bit differently. So as much as the Shire President does have the opportunity to, have to pop their name on a Committee of Council, as this was established under a separate portion of the legislation for the selection panel, it's a little bit different.
Okay, thank you. And that won't be an issue with the review panel because that's within the terms of reference. The President's the Chair. Yep. Thank you.
Given this is preferential, it might take a few minutes. Okay, the three candidates that have been successful are... the three candidates have been successful are Councillor Ferguson, Councillor McCleary and Councillor Shiano.
So now we can move the motion
we then move into, can I have a mover to move out of
Standing orders?
yes, standing orders and resume standing orders? Can I have a mover and a seconder for that? Councillor Noonan. Councillor Hasty. Those in favour? Declare that carried. We then go to the mover and seconder. As Councillor Montgomery and Councillor Voyers, you support the motion. I then put the motion.
Vote.
Those in favour? That's carried unanimously.
Great.
Does that clarify who's the chairman?
No, that's done at the first meeting. Yep.
Right. I've just been advised and clarified that the chairperson of that committee is determined at the first meeting.
Now, the CEO performance and remuneration panel, we received the
Yep,
right
yep.
amount of candidates, so we can just move into the vote with the names up on the screen.
Right. The next item is the Yep, the Chief Executive Officer Performance and Remuneration Panel. Apparently, I'm already in there as chair, and so we have 3 nominees,
The names on the screen. Yep.
and we have Councillor Shiano, Councillor McCleary, and Councillor Mogg. There being 3 remaining positions after my position as chair. Then we need to just have a mover for that. Can I have a mover for that motion, please? Councillor Sharp, second Councillor Noonan. I'll put the motion. Those in favour? Declare that carried, and those appointees made.
A question, if I may, Mr. President. The independent member for the selection panel, when do we?
Yeah.
You deal with it now. So I think we're going to deal with that as a separate motion. And there is 2 candidates. Sorry, we're going to deal with that as a separate motion. There's 2 candidates. I think you've been advised which one is referred to as candidate A and B. Okay, the advice I'm getting from the CEO and the compliance officer is that we should deal with this as a confidential matter at the end of the meeting. And so, with your indulgence, we'll defer that item and we'll deal with it at the end of the meeting. So thank you.
So we move to
We now move on to the external committees of council.
So we need to move on a second up.
Can I have a mover and a seconder for that, please? Move Councillor Hasty, seconded Councillor Noonan. And before we move the motion, I think we go through the nominees.
No, it's suspend standing orders.
Oh, we're
This is
actually
one
going to
vote.
suspend standing orders. I thought we got that part, but we're going to suspend standing orders. Can I have a motion to suspend standing orders? Councillor Noonan. Councillor Hasty, put that motion. Those in favour? Okay, we now move on to discussion of those particular positions.
There's one ballot we need to conduct for the southwest zone between, we'll do it between Councillor Monk and Councillor Skiano as the other member. So
Oh, is that?
we're doing one ballot for that, and then we've got. the
Did we
next
do that last? The advice I have, we only have one particular external committee in contention when we don't have the appropriate number. That is the the South West Zone WA Local Government Association. The nominees we have for that are Councillor Mogg, Councillor Sciano,
That's it. We're doing a ballot.
and
That's it.
I'm already, I think, a member. So there's one position to be filled, and that's between Councillor Mogg and Councillor Sciano. Thank you.
Excuse me, Chair, if I may ask a question. Can I please remove myself from the Capel Road Safety Action Group and make a nomination for another councillor? Appoint.
Okay. We'll deal with this and then we'll
Yeah.
see if we can take that on board.
Mr. President, could I, just on that one that, Beck, that you're doing now, I think we were actually the other way round. Councillor Sharp was to be the rep and I was the deputy. Yeah, if you just swap it. Yep.
The item South West Zone WA Local Government Association, aside from myself, the candidate that's been selected or elected is Councillor Mogg. We then,
Just check Councillor Mogg wanted to do something about Capel Road Safety Action Group.
now, Councillor Mogg has indicated that she wanted to withdraw from the Capel Road Safety Action Group. Is there any other councillor who'd care to put themselves forward for that role? Councillor Hastie, any others? And then, thank you, Councillor Hasty. We'll put you in as the candidate, and then we'll move through it procedurally as a list, and then we'll move the motion.
Thank you.
Okay, do you want to read them out, or do you want me to read them out?
You can read them out if you want to just go through and read who
Okay.
the candidates are for each.
All right, then we'll move through these external committees, and they are, the nominees that we've received is for the Boynup and District Farmers Market Committee, Councillor Hasty; Boynup Foundation, Councillor Sharp and Councillor Mogg; Boynup Hall Committee, Councillor Hasty and Councillor Montgomery; Boynup Memorial Park and Sports Council, Councillor Hasty; Boynup Progress Association, Councillor Ferguson; Capel Land Conservation District Committee, Councillor Sharp and Deputy Councillor Noonan; Development Assessment Panel, Councillor Voyeurs, Councillor McCleary, and the proxies are Councillor Ciano and Councillor Noonan. Disability Access and Inclusion Reference Group, Councillor Hasty and Councillor Sharp. Geographic Catchment Council is Councillor Sharp and Deputy Councillor Noonan. Jalorup Community Centre Management Committee, Councillor Noonan, Councillor Sharp, Councillor Mogg. Local Emergency Management Committee, Shire President Councillor Ferguson, is Clear, and Councillor McCleary and Councillor Hasty. Peppermint Grove Beach Community Association, Councillor Ferguson. Parent Naturalist Partnership, Councillor Ferguson and Deputy Councillor McCleary. State Administrative Appeal Tribunal, Councillor Voyeurs and Councillor Ferguson. Southwest Regional Rails Group, Councillor McCleary is currently the chair, and Councillor Mogg. Southwest Zone WA Local Government Association, Shire President Councillor Ferguson and Councillor Mogg. Trials Working Group, Councillor Noonan and Councillor Sharp. Capel Road Safety Action Group, Councillor Hasty. Now that fills all the positions, and we've held the ballot for the one that was slightly overfilled, and we've determined that. So I need to have a motion to move out of, move back to standing orders. Can I have a motion for that, please? Councillor Noonan, Councillor Voyeurs, I'll put that motion. And the original mover and seconder of the motion, Councillor Hasty and Councillor Noonan, are you comfortable with the recommendation achieved? You can just nod, Councillor Hasty, that's okay. That's fine. Then I'll put the motion.
Yep.
Those in favour? That's carried unanimously. And thank you. We've done it, I think. I'm sorry about the toing and froing, and I'm sorry about my slightly clumsy approach, but we got there in the end. I think we've got a very satisfactory resolution. So congratulations to you all. Okay. We now move on to the next item in the business paper, which is the item 14.1, request for tender 2511 Gavins Road, Elgin, reconstruction and widening. Can I have a move for the motion, please? Move Councillor McCleary. Do I have a seconder? Councillor Noonan. Councillor McCleary.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move the motion as read.
Okay. Seconder, any wish to speak to it, Councillor Noonan? No, no further comment. Any speakers against? Then I'll put the motion. Those in favour? Carried unanimously, I believe. Yes. Okay, we then move on to the next item, which is 15.1 Corporate Business Plan, 2025-29, Quarter 1 reporting, July to September. Any mover on that motion, please? Councillor McCleary. Councillor Mogg. Councillor McCleary.
Again, I'll move the motion as read.
Councillor Mogg? Councillor Mogg as read. Any speakers against? I'll put the motion. Those in favour? Carried unanimously. Item 15.2, disposal of lots 188 and 189 Dungrup Road. I hope I've got that right. Stirling Estates. Can I have a move for the motion, please? Councillor Mogg, second to Councillor Noonan. Councillor Mogg.
Thank you, Chair. I move the motion as read.
Seconder? No, doesn't wish to speak. Any motions against? Any speakers against? No speakers against. I put the motion. Those in favour? That's carried unanimously. Item 15.3, food.
Just make sure you state that Councillor Mogg had Councillor Hasty had an impartiality interest against this.
Councillor
item.
Hasty.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. In respect to item 15.3, Food Bank Western Australia request for donation to fund development application processing fees. Before we move the motion, I just need to point out that Councillor Hasty has declared an interest in the matter of what does it describe? Impartiality interest, which enables him to participate and vote. So if I have a mover for the motion, please. Councillor Mogg, second to Councillor McCleary. Those in favour? Councillor Mogg, do you wish to speak to it?
Thank you, Chair. I move the motion as read and support this motion. Thank you.
Councillor Mogg? Oh, sorry, Councillor McCleary. you haven't put a skirt on yet, I know.
Yeah. Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you, Councillor Mogg. There's not much more to add on this. It's more a waiver than a donation at this stage, but yeah.
Any speakers against? I'm going to break the rules. I think it's a great idea. I'll support the motion. Those in favour? Carried unanimously. The 15.4, accounts paid during the month of September. Can I have a mover for the motion, please? Councillor McCleary. Oh, sorry, Councillor Shiano. Councillor McCleary.
Again, it's pretty straightforward. Just move the motion as read.
Councillor Shiano.
Nothing. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you. Any speakers against? I'm sorry?
Oh, that's okay. We'll just leave it.
It'll be fine.
It'll be fine.
I don't think anyone's in any danger.
Any speakers against? Then I'll put the motion. Those in favour? Declare that carried unanimously. Okay, financial item 15.5. Financial reports the 31st of August 25. Can I have a mover for that motion?
Maybe just hold on for a second. Councillor Nunes just walked out of the room, so he doesn't.
Councillor Noonan, thank you. Can I have a mover for the motion? This is item 15.5, financial reports the 31st of August 25. Councillor McCleary. Councillor Shiano, seconding. Councillor McCleary.
Move the motion as read.
Councillor Shiano.
Nothing to add.
Any speakers against? I'll put the motion. Those in favour? Declare that carried unanimously. Okay, motions without notice.
I don't know, business of an urgent nature, so underneath. Flip back. Turn. Just go do that one. and then
Oh,
go
sorry.
to that.
Yeah, I'm skipping along. New business of an urgent nature? No business of an urgent nature. Public question time? I think we've dealt with that.
Maybe just see if
Motions-
there's any questions from the floor. 'Cause mine- No?
Yeah. Motions without notice? No motion without notice. Notice of motion for consideration next ordinary meeting of council. There is none. So we move on to item 20, items for consideration behind closed door. And it's not a particular...
So we'll need to move a procedural motion
Yep.
to close the meeting to
Yep.
determine the
Yep.
independent member.
I now need someone to move a procedural motion to close the meeting. Councillor Mogg, second Councillor Sharp. Those in favour? It's carried unanimously. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, or gentlemen. I think we have to ask you to depart.
We'll just hold on for 2 seconds. Now you can state that we have returned from behind closed
Yep.
doors and read out the recommendation. Just only say it as candidate.
Yep.
Can you put it back?
We've now moved out from behind closed doors, and the motion of council is to appoint candidate B as the independent member of the Chief Executive Office Selection Panel. And that advice will be forwarded to that candidate, and we hope for her affirmation confirmation. That being the end of the business,
Meeting closure. Yes, meeting closure.
then we declare the meeting closed at
7:16.
7:16.
Great.
Now, do I get a gold star?